Okay, so guys, let's look at this other question. So the question is saying the seventh term of a series is 29 and the 11th term is 54. Determine the 16th term. So they want us to find the 16th term, where we have been given the 7th term and the 11th term. Okay, so now the first one is, we are going to write first the formula. Okay, we are going to write the formula, which is T n is equal to first term plus open brackets n minus 1, then multiplied by the common difference. Okay, now where there is n, you put the term number. So in this case, we have been given the 7th term, so it's a T7 is equal to, we maintain our a, which is first term, plus, where there is n, you put 7 minus 1 multiplied by the common difference. Now the 7th term has been given to be 29. Okay, the 7th term has been given to be 29. The 7th term of a series is 29. So where there is T7, you put 29. So 29 is equal to, you maintain a plus 7 minus 1, it's 6. 6 times d, you get 6d. Okay, so let's consider this one to be equation number 1. We have equation 1. Okay, let's find another equation using the 11th term. Okay, so we say T n is equal to first term plus open brackets n minus 1 multiplied by the common difference. Okay, so where there is n now, we are going to put 11. Okay, so it's a T11 is equal to first term plus, remember where there is n, you put what? 11 minus 1. Okay, then close, multiplied by the common difference. Now the 11th term has been given to be what? 54. So where there is T11, you put what? 54, and you move on and say first term plus 11 minus 1, you get what? You get 10. 10 times d, you get 10 what? 10d. So let's consider this one to be equation 2. Okay, now what we are going to do in this case is we are going to solve these two equations simultaneously. Okay, so the first equation, this one can also be written as a plus 6d is equal to 29. This is our first equation. Then equation 2 is this one, which can also be written as a plus what? Plus 10d is equal to 54. Okay, so solving this simultaneously, you can easily eliminate a. Okay, so let's eliminate a. So we're going to eliminate a by introducing a negative this side, so that a minus a, these are going to give us a 0. Then what you do is you maintain the equation on top, which is 6d is equal to 29. Okay, then what you do with this equation below, you multiply it by this negative throughout. So negative times positive 10, you get negative 10d is equal to negative times positive 54, you get negative 54. Okay, then here we can simplify and say 6d minus 10d, you get negative 4d is equal to, then 29 minus 54, you get negative 25. Okay, then for us to remain with d, we're going to divide both sides by -4. Okay, so these are going to go. We're going to have d is equal to 4 into 25. How many times can 4 go into? Oh, let me reduce this one. Let me just reduce this and say this negative and this negative are going to give us a positive. Then you have to do is you can reduce this one, or maybe let's just divide direct. Okay, so we are dividing what? We are dividing 25 divided by what? By 4. Okay, now we know 4 can go into 24 6 times. So 4 into 24, it's what? It's 6. Okay, remainder 1. Okay, then 4 cannot go into 1, so you put a point, you add a 0, and then you say 4 into 10, you get a what? You get a 2, remainder 2. Then you add a what? A 0. Again, 4 into 20, it's now 5. So meaning 4 into 25, the answer is 6.25. So 6.25 is our common difference. So now, having known what our common difference is, we're going to find our first term. So we can find our first term using any of these equations. Okay, let us find this one. I want us to find now a d. We know d, it's 6.25. Now we're going to find our what, guys? We're going to find now our first term. Okay, so let's use this first equation. This first equation. So this first equation is a plus 6d is equal to 29. Okay, this is our first equation. Okay, this is our first equation. So now what we're going to do is, since we want to find a, where there is d, we are going to substitute with what? 6.25. So we're going to say a plus 6. Okay, now where there is the d, put what? 6.25 is equal to 29. I hope this is clear. So where there is d, I've decided to put this because our d is what? 6.25. Okay, so now let's move on and say this one a plus, when you multiply this, what are you going to get? We're going to get what are you going to get? We're going to get 7.5. When you multiply this, 7.5 is equal to 29. Okay, at this point you can now group the like terms and say a is equal to 29. This is positive, take note. When you transpose this positive on the other side, we're going to get what? Negative 7.5. So our first term is equal to, when you subtract, you get negative 8.5. So negative 8.5 is our first term. Okay, so having known what our first term is to be 8.5 and our common difference to be 6.25, we can now find our what? Our 16th term using the same formula. Tn is equal to a plus, open brackets, n minus 1 multiplied by the common difference. Okay, but in this case, the data has changed. So where there is n, you're going to put what? 16. So data, our data is, where there is n, you put what? 16. And then where there is a, our first term is what? Negative 8.5. 5. Then what is our common difference? Take note, our common difference is our what? This is our common what? Difference. Okay. Our common difference is what? 6.25. Okay. Now we can substitute in the formula. So you say t, where there is a, you put 16, is equal to what is our first term? Negative 8.5 plus what is our n? N is 16. Take note, n is what? 16 minus 1. Okay, then multiplied by 6.25, which is a common difference. So we can say t 16 is equal to negative 8.5 plus, you can subtract these two. So when you subtract 16 minus 1, you get 15. So we have 15 multiplied by 6.25. I hope this is clear, guys. I hope this is clear. Okay, so you can move on and say negative 8.5 plus, when you multiply this, you get what? Get 93.75. 93.75. That is when you multiply 15 times 6.25, get 93.75. Okay, and when you simplify this one, you're going to get 85.25 as our first, as our what? 16th term. So our 16th term is 85.25. That is when you punch, you say negative 8.5 plus 93.75, you get 85.25. So this is our 16th term. As simple as that, guys. Okay, so these things are very simple, guys.